765 horsepower, 800 Newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 in 2.8 seconds, 200 in about 7, and a top speed of 330. That's what this car is capable of if it's standard. But then this, of course, is not standard. Nothing but, because this is the Novitec 765 LT Spider. McLaren with the LT is into the business of making this car lightweight, and they've done a whole bunch of things to achieve that. And one of the big things is using carbon fiber. A lot of this car is carbon fiber, even the tub and forged carbon fiber. And then there are quite a few pieces of carbon fiber on the car. Now, you can get those from McLaren, but a few of them are from us. So let's go and have a look at exactly what we've done. The entire hood on the 765 LT Spider is carbon fiber. This island over here, that's visible carbon fiber with this bridge that is functional because it's got air ducts at the bottom over there that chases fresh air into the driver's compartment. In this case, doesn't really matter. Then around the lights, this section, that's also from us. Lovely how McLaren have used the lights over there, but at the same time, you can see the radiator right behind it used for cooling. What do you guys think about the MC3 rims on this car? I think they look stunning with the center lock look. Now this is a glossy black, and you can have these rims in a whole bunch of different options if you want them gloss, if you want them matte, and in various colors. So if you want to see which colors are available, then go onto our website, Novitec Group, and have a look at those. Of course, these rims hide those massive carbon ceramic brakes, and I really love the fact that they've kept the brake calipers orange. As always, the car riding lower, that looks stunning on this car. Now here at the door, there's a section that is in carbon fiber as well. That is from us. And then the sweller, as you get into the car, this is the party piece. It looks so stunning, and it's quite an occasion when you actually get into the car. Those lovely lightweight racing carbon fiber bucket seats. Surprisingly comfortable, to be honest. Then as we get to the rear of the car, very important thing, the exhaust and also what it looks like at the back. So the owner of this car said that he really wants to actually have it a little bit toned down. So he didn't opt for a sport exhaust system, but he did like the look of the carbon fiber tips. And if you want that on your McLaren, but without the sport exhaust system, then obviously that's possible. And it looks really, really damn good. In order to hear what this car sounds like, you gotta love what McLaren did with the 765 LT, really, and all the more so the Spider. It's such an exhilarating car to drive. I mean, that engine, it's a masterpiece, and of course they bolted it a lot more direct onto the chassis to give you that sort of direct driving experience. Oh my goodness, it's just a car that is so alive. It is poetry on wheels, this thing, and it doesn't matter whether it's standard in power or whether it's got one of our N-tronic plug-and-play systems that can chase the power up to about 4 digits. All of the versions are just fantastic to drive. Listen to the pops and bangs. Oh! It's such a visceral experience considering the fact that you don't have a roof in this car. The pops and bangs right behind your earlobe. It's just so alive and so eager in every single gear. And of course, once you accelerate, the honing noise coming from that V8. Because we've driven so many 765 LTs on the channel. If you want to see some of the other videos, including ones that does have a raucous power upgrade and of course the full exhaust system, which this one does not have, then go and have a look on our channel. But this time we're driving on roads that I don't know, and all the more I've become conscious of the fact that this car has such direct steering. The car is poised, it is like a sharpened knife, really. Turn in here, just absolutely effortless. Quite like it is on rails, to be honest with you. Honestly, the acceleration is unlike anything that you could be accustomed to. There's really a point at which this car shuts up. There's no point at which it says, okay, that's it. That's where my power peak ends. You gotta really put your face back on after this car's peeled it off. And even though this owner did not opt for the sports exhaust system, McLaren, you guys have done a great thing with the noise. Can't complain, really. It is phenomenal. Oh. They've revised the software and recalibrated the gearbox on this car so that the gear shifts won't be so punchy. I might throw you off course. The steering is otherworldly direct in this. How about the suspension? Well, now with our Novitec springs, I beg to say it is even better than the standard one. And the lovely thing is that you don't compromise when you fit our sport suspension. Often people say, oh, well, it becomes unbearable to drive, and it's... Yes! No, there's nothing unbearable. I am on the tightest roads. This car has telepathic steering, and you want to have that sort of cut knife precision when you're driving a car with so much power. 2 days ago, I had the absolute privilege of driving and testing the Novitec Ferrari SF90, which is in a video on our channel. If you haven't seen that, please do pop over. That car was ridiculous. 1106 horsepower. That car goes forward like there's no tomorrow. But when you go through the twisty bits, especially when you get on the brakes, you just can't help but realize that there's quite a bit of weight coming your way. You don't have that in this car. Yes! It is ridiculous. And the way that the aero on this car just keeps you planted like anything in this world, it is just the only car that my sticky arms can't keep up with the pressure of the acceleration. Yes, it honestly is a once in a lifetime monster, this. The exhaust camera has just said goodbye because of the amount of heat that this car generates at the back. It's just such a machine. That hot air goes one way, baby, and that is the rear. It's such a balanced car, this. Honestly, Words fail to describe this. That rear spoiler at the back is just fantastic. Gives you about 25% more downforce than what you get in the 720S. And then we talk about the brakes. Carbon ceramics with the calipers that you get from the McLaren Senna. But you can still opt for a version with track brakes. And then they'll give you much more from the Senna. Parts that are so intricate, so complicated, that it takes 7 months to make. They really meant it serious when they wanted this car to stop, and it has to, because bloody heck, it is so fast. Oh, that noise. I swear it's got to be one of the best cars in the world. I wish I could get you from behind your computer or your phone and right here. You don't have to fret about a corner and whether you can get into it, because you can at just about any speed. There is yet a car to be made to elicit so much confidence in you when it comes to going into a corner than this car. You just know that wing is on your side. You know the aero is working super hard to keep you glued onto the road. The car weighs 1,339 kilograms, and that's not the dry weight. The dry weight is 1,200 and something. It has to be one of the, if not the lightest supercar that I've ever driven on the channel. I suppose it can get a bit tiring of just praising all these cars, so why do we take a moment and just talk about everything that I dislike about the 765 LT. You got to say, as much power as we have here, it's going to be so easy to overtake just about any car on the road in any given situation, except when the road doesn't allow you to go past because your McLaren's too wide. You know, the stance of it is so mesmerizing. The front of it being ever so slightly wider than the rear, and now with our MC3 wheels just bulging out. This is a special car, and the fact that it's two-tone, carbon fiber and grey, I think that's a stunning combination. Let me know down in the comments what you think, and if you don't like it, what kind of a color spectrum would you choose if you could kit it out yourself, including the wheels. Folks, it's been real. Thank you so much for joining us on this video on a very quick drive at a 765 LT from Novitec. I was just blown away. The words fail to describe this. Let's head home, let's put the roof back on her, pull her into the garage, hide away from that terrible storm. Until next time, if you guys have not yet, then feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can hit that little notification button. That way you're gonna get notified every time that we upload a new film, which is a bit less than what we used to do in the past, just because we want to focus on our cars and not like on everything else. People phoning us saying, "Oh, I saw you made a video on this and that. Can you send us some parts for that car?" And we're like, "No, we don't do anything with it." "Yeah, but you made a video on that." So we're just gonna stick with our brands for the next while. If you want to see some more stuff that we do, then pop over to Instagram. You can follow me personally at @BeyondTheCock or Novitec Group. And for all those who do have 765 LT coupes or spiders and want to see all the various goodies that we have on offer for this car, whether it's the exhaust tips, the suspension, the wheels, the carbon fiber pieces, then pop over to novitecgroup.com and have a look at what's on offer there. Until next time, God bless, drive safe, and see you there.